Greetings, metal community, it's Roger back with another video. Yeah, I don't have to say that because you're on YouTube clicking on a video, so of course it's a video. I will try to stop to say that because it's too obvious. That's what we do here. Vinyls. And in the background, just, I got this in the mail today, so Cryptic Hatred. It's playing in the background. Nocturnal Sickness, pretty cool cover. Finnish death metal, but I will say they are more US sounding. Still very deep vocals that the Finnish like to do. Pretty good album. There's a couple of slamming parts here that I'm not cringe a little bit, but they are just like that in the background now. This type of riffs I don't like. It's too easy. But apart from that, great album as far as I've heard today, so looking forward to dive more into that one. I did see it on a couple of lists for last year. But then I picked up an old Bethlehem single, Viper Dominion. It's kind of two sheets, you know, the back side and the front. So yeah, just some old, recordings back in '92. So I'm a big fan of Bethlehem, so I pick up their more obscure releases when I find them for a decent price. I didn't overpay for this at all. It was actually surprisingly cheap. I picked it up together with something else. It has a I don't know if you can call this a poster, but even though it's cool. So yeah. This is when they play their slower, dark metal or death doomy stuff, and really, really great stuff. Then we are going to Bastard Graves, like Grave, Swedish HM2. Or not the sharp HM2, it's kind of the heavier HM2 sound, which I do prefer. Great stuff. They sound Swedish, there's no kind of surprises here, but a really cool, like, especially the kind of the rhythm of this album's headbanging stuff. And it's kind of a grower as well, because I'm a little bit tired of HM2. But when you come down to this more heavier HM2 stuff, it's great. Great vocals, very cool songs. It's kind of the more mid-paced, you could say, Asphyx-paced Swedish-sounding death metal. So pretty good album, and if you haven't heard it, I will link up stuff below as always, so you can go check it out. But this is a great one. It came out in 19 on Pulverized Records, so it's good quality. And we are going to continue in the same lane of music, but this is a US band, Carnal Ruin. Two demos or EPs, I'm not sure, put together on this by Floga Records. It was released in 2020, but I guess these are from 18 and 19. Yeah, great stuff. Again, Swedish sounding death metal. Do get, as a lot of these bands, a lot from Grave on it, but pretty good stuff. Then we are going to France with Affliction Gate. This is a no longer existing band. I have opened it. I just have that sleeves for this type of format, so I kept the plastic on. yeah, French death metal, kind of, I would say towards God Dethroned. A little bit lighter and a little bit more melodic death metal, but a great band. Did full length as well and a couple of other stuff. This is called Shattered Ante Mortem Illusions. Yeah, as I said, you know, if you like God the Throne, go and check them out. I would say they are in that vein when it comes to the heaviness and yeah. So yeah, this is a 4-track EP. Came out in yeah. Good question, Roger. 2012. I think they kind of ended in. It's been a couple of years since they ended, maybe 19 or something. I don't remember, but great stuff, a great band, and always cool to get some French death metal. You know, it's not the biggest death metal scene, but there's a lot of great bands there. Then we have picked up a Norwegian release, Kosmik Tomb. This was out on Duplicate Records, so you know, I had to support that guy. The cover is fortunately very dark. If you go into the Bandcamp site, the picture is way more. Yeah, it's brighter, so you can get the details from it. Of course, it's black vinyl, as I try to get, but not always maybe that way. Yeah, this is Death Doom musically. Very weird guitar tone on it. I was disappointed on the production. I like the songs on it, but it's kind of very. It's kind of the guitar sound is very twisted, so it kind of the heaviness of the album is. It's losing a little bit of the heaviness of the Death Doom that would be needed here, and also the vocals are a little bit in the same way. It's kind of a little bit weak. Great music on it, but I was disappointed in it, and but maybe the production just threw me off. I need to go back and listen more to it because I like the songs, but yeah, it's very twisted guitar tone, but. Yeah, I just wanted to. This was a blind buy. I didn't check it out before, but yeah. And you know, it's not a lot of Norwegian death metal, death doom coming out. The next one is Reeking. I would say they are from US, but I might be wrong. This is kind of. Yeah, I do get a lot of hints from, you know, Immolation and then Autopsy, stuff like that, Monstrosity, but it's kind of a more modern sound on it, and they're not copying it. It's just like some riffs here and there that are reminding me of it. So it's a pretty good album. This came out last year as well, but I got it in too late to kind of. It wasn't in the discussion to get on any lists. I don't know if it's good enough, but after 4 or 5 spins, this is kind of growing on me as well, and I like that. That's normally a good sign when stuff gets better. But if you like kind of that type of, you know, kind of old school death metal, but with a more modern sound to it, they are variating in tempo as well, so it's. But not doomy. It's not kind of the doomy Autopsy I get here. It's more the more, I don't know, punky stuff or more of tempo Autopsy vibes. But yeah, really cool. Then the next 3 is black metal or black metalish. This is from Slovenia. Dalkhu. This is their second to last album that came out in. Yeah, check that out as always, but I tend to forget 16 maybe. It says black metal on Metal Archives, but I do get a lot of death metal here, especially the vocals and also the guitar tone. The guitar tone kind of reminds me a little bit of Massacre from France. Enjoy the Violence. Was it Massacre? That's name. Yeah, Massacre from France. That guitar tone on here. So, but there also it kind of change up from that to they have these parts that sounds very much like Verberis from Hungary. You know, that Phantom album with this kind of floating, dreamy melody line. So it kind of mixes between death metal and those cool black metal parts. So it's a really cool album, and kind of doesn't sound much like anything else. This album is not as good as the album that came out in a couple of years ago. I don't remember, maybe 18 or 19. This is not as good as that album, but it's a really cool, and they sound a little bit unique in the way they do it. And but if you like, I would call this Blackened death metal or black death metal. Because of the kind of the heaviness of the guitars and the more growling vocals. But as I said, there's a lot of black metal parts, and they kind of change from death metal to black metal within the songs. So yeah, I really like this album, and it's kind of a mid-tempo black metal. I would say the black metal kind of is Bliss. If you like them, check them out. Then we have one that kind of flew under my radar last year, and that's Verberis with Adumbration of the Veiled Logos. I have no idea what that means, but this is a black metal band out of New Zealand. The drummer here is an excellent drummer from Ulcerate. I don't remember his name in the mix, but so you can say that this has some kind of elements from Ulcerate, but it's also a lot of Deathspell Omega is something that I would pull out, especially after the two first songs. The two first songs are very massive. Have a massive wall of sound. It's not sharp guitars on here. It's very heavy, a little bit muddy, but a great feeling to it, great atmosphere to it, and in black metal, great atmosphere between means evil feel to it. As I said, the drumming is also kind of very not typical to a lot of black metal. I would put this in kind of the more progressive style of black metal, but if you like Deathspell Omega and if you like Ulcerate but need a little bit more evil twist on it, go and check it out. It's a damn good album. It's a double album. It's a long one, but it's done right, when you have a long album, and it's put on 3 sides. This is how it looks, and it's not an etching, it's just a label in there, and that's totally fine with me. I mean, it's really cool with etched vinyl, but that's expensive. But if you're gonna put it on 2 discs, make sure that don't make a me ranting about Nuclear Blast, putting 10-12 minutes worth of music on each side. There it's kind of more 20 minutes on each side, and that's perfect. So yeah, but go check it out. This was a killer album. I missed out on. I got it just before New Year. I ordered it like way too late, but yeah. Another killer black metal release that this was Simon had this I think on 7th place on his Simon Explosive Action, had this on his top 10 list. It was number 7, I think. It's Doldrum from US. I've seen this cover around, but I haven't have never checked it out, but when he added it on list, I went straight on and checked it out, and this is fucking great black metal from the US. I don't know where to put them kind of musically, but it's mid-paced. It's very kind of, I wouldn't say folky, but there is some kind of yeah, I don't know. Forgot everything I was supposed to say about that's happening often with me, but go and check out this album, because there's not a lot of US black metal that I really dig, but this was great stuff, and go and check it out. Sorry for me blanking out, but that happens. I had a long list of what I'm going to say, that you know how it sounded, but that's just how I do it. No notes and no editing. That's how we roll. So yeah, thanks for watching and subscribing, and thanks to all the new subscribers. As I said before Christmas, I was going to do a kind of competition or whatever to celebrate my 500 subs, but I'm way past 600 now, so I have to change up a little bit. I will do that in around 7th of February, because that's kind of, I did start this channel in 7th of February in 21, if I remember correctly, so I will kind of put it in to celebrate my 2-year anniversary. So yeah, that will happen at that date, so stay tuned for that, and there will be a massive CD update pretty soon. So just to clear my inbox. Have a great weekend. Vi kjøst.